Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a live cast. It's not live, it's a video recorded, but we're casting it live. It's me and Neblime. How are you, sir?
I am excellent.
That's right, that's right. Listen, I want to talk about this one. It's Tacocake versus TheBeaver99. It's Zerg versus Terran. And we start on Derelict, a classic map. I'm not 100% sure how this one is going to go, but I tell you, I think Tacocake will have this one, and I honestly don't know if it'll be too close, and that's not a diss to the Beaver, because he has improved massively in recent history, but Tacocake recently played a best-of-5 show match against Top Ramen, and they are dead neck and neck even. I'm still waiting for that fifth game. We need a fifth game to decide it.
So, oh my god, I haven't watched it yet, so yeah. I'm amazed you're saying that. I thought it'd be like, oh yeah, this would be Ramen just handling him, but okay.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I feel like that means, and he has some nasty stuff too. Like they weren't clean games. I'll put it to you that way. The Tacocake brought him down to the fucking mud. So let's just say he's got some capabilities as a Zerg player. And I'm interested in seeing what he levies at the Beaver. Meanwhile, I actually haven't seen the Beaver99 play. He hasn't technically played a match in the Gauntlet B yet because he had a walkover from Moonhunter due to like 3 days of repeated scheduling issues. That's just due to so he had the higher seed, he took the dub. So now he finds himself in a qualification best of 5 with no games played in the Gauntlet, and he has no Zerg practice partner as far as I know. So this could get real ugly for him actually.
Well,
but
I was going to say about that.
Yeah.
Tacocake, regardless of where we might think his skill is at, he does play and practice a lot. Like I think I played like at least like 8 games with him yesterday.
Okay.
So
he played those 4 with Top Ramen the same day because
exactly. Yeah. So he's working hard at it, right? You take away like the skill they might have going in. I think just based on the fact that Tacocake's playing all these games, I'm looking at him thinking he's got pretty good odds here.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna ask our players to say when ready. You'll notice Neblime is not joining us with the cast in the actual game, so my observing has to be top notch, top class. And otherwise,
my name is just open now. Look, there's so many of me.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, it's all right. Shambler earlier said that I should, in order to have a balanced game, I need to clone you or something. Anyway, that was deep cut for those who are paying attention. What? That is just to play Terran versus Zerg, and the Zerg would win every time. So.
Oh yeah, he was saying that Terran cannot win against Zerg.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, damn, Beaver's screwed.
I know. Yeah, we'll have to find a way. See what happens here. We've got Tacocake in the bottom left and the Beaver99 in the top right. And funnily enough, these are the same spawns as our lat test. So we did a quick latency test. If it was really bad with me in the mix, I would have said, oh yeah, all right, Neblime, come on in. But here we have the Beaver calling for TPD. Alexander would be proud.
Does that mean he doesn't have his, plus 10% attack speed buff against Zerg or something? He only hates Protoss.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Oddly specific. Now, there has been a lot of conversation about bio plays, and that's exactly what the Beaver99 is going for.
Nice.
He will be going for a Stockade opener, not harvesting any Vespene, so he's not taking the Top Ramen approach of going Stockade, 1 Quarry, right? He does the Stockade, Quarry, maybe second Stockade, and then Treasury and Quarry. So it's like a very greedy macro opener. That Top Ramen likes to do. Obviously, you have a lot of freedom to change your style up there. We do have a hatch on the high ground developing here for Tacocake, and he will be scouting across.
Here's the thing with the Stockade opening, right? It looks like you might only be going for 1, actually. But I was going to say, if you go for 2, you do not want to try and get a quarry, because there's no way you can afford the double worker production and the double Stockade production so early. You're just wasting money making a quarry. So it's better to just kind of get the worker count up, and then by the time you get the second base, if you add the quarry and you're building 3 at once, then you sort of saturate the natural better. So I like it not taking the gas, but I do want to see a second quarry. I'm not really a fan of Stockade if you're not going to be aggressive, right? So I think you need a second one. And against Zerg, I don't think it's a good play to just expand with minimum defense like a few Mavericks, just because Zerg will be happy to draw up while you're expanding as well. You need to put the pressure on. Oh, he's going to get it.
No Shambler action for Taco. We do have a pool behind this, a very, very standard play out of him. And I will say that in the series that I've seen Taco play versus Terran, he doesn't go for the crazy change. It's not something where he's he completely pivots or whatever. But he will be very without spoiling the exact things that have happened so far. I'll just say he'll be very cautious about Masons in the mineral line these days. You can
okay.
You'll have to stay tuned for part 2 of the series to figure that.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right. I said, yeah. Listen, Top Ramen absolutely went to the mud school with Taco. Now there's a forward anchor, and this is the consequence of not having a hatch on the low ground. But also, I mean, I don't know that it's that scary. He will have two pairs of quasis.
You just need like 7 to 8 quasis.
He's gonna get 8. So he's actually mathed this out pretty well. I feel like he's optimized this build a lot because before he would have 3 and then his 4th pair would come later. But now it's actually they all came up at the same time. So 3 Mavericks.
Yeah, and
there's a 4th one on the way. A second
You're not really scared about anchors because they don't actually have any armor. Quasilis can deal with them pretty easily. Yep. Look, they probably could take that. Let's see if he's brave. Yeah, he knows. He knows he can do it.
Yeah, and wisely going after the mace and constructing the anchor, that's a really big deal. And now he can just walk away from this. A little bit unfortunate on that attack move, but he can get in between the reinforcements.
Thing is, you can just burrow or go again. That anchor's health is not coming back. He's making more quasis. All I need. Look at that. He does burrow. Here's the thing. It looks like I do kind of like what Beaver was doing. He's trying to set up additional anchors. If you get multiple going, then yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare for Zerg. But at the end of the day, I think eventually Zerg breaks out, and you invest all this money. It's never quite whatever. This might be a play. Okay, just moves the other. I was going to say if he gets caught. But yeah, I think Taco will clean this up without too much effort. Although I would like to see him going back to drolling now that he knows he's sort of dealt with the threat and he should be able to kill this.
Yeah, I don't know if he's saving up money for another hatch or something. It does feel like he's a little overly focused on dealing with it, but he does have 12 quasis, and there's no hope for the good old Mavericks to get anywhere. I almost would have liked to see the Beaver just leave with the anchor and like maybe come back. You know, like float it over here and then come over here, right? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. That could have been a useful tactical option for it. There is no expansion coming, so that doesn't mean that he's necessarily all in, but the Beaver is behind in workers now. Another round of workers just finished up while we were talking about the potential hidden anchor strategy, and it looks like, he's got the high ground locked down, but it's going to be a little bit here. Going double Covenant! All right,
it's got to be Savant, right? Yeah. Because there's no way you want to go Eidolon when he's not set up on the low ground with a bunch of circuits yet. Now, what you can do is you build up the Savant force so you can take the map, then if your opponent starts spamming the circuits, then you rally the Eidolons, and then you start sniping them down. So I like this a lot. Can he hold this attack? Looks like he can.
Yeah, well, the anchor is in transit, and it's like the perfect time, but the stim is going to come in and clear this up. I don't even know if the anchor was necessary, but it is going to put the finishing touches on the quasis, and they don't even get any useful scouting intel, so they won't know what's coming. Yep, that is a treasury. We're in progress right here.
Well, he sees how late it is, right? It's not like floating already. Probably gives him some idea. They do see a Savant queued up. It was a bit unfortunate on the attack. If he'd steamed immediately, and also if the anchor was there, like you said, he wouldn't have lost so many Mavericks. I think Zerg's actually quite happy to trade down, because then they can just go back to drawing knowing you have no army. And the thing is, Terran needs a big army to attack. They can't show up with like 3 Mavericks at this point in the game and do anything, because they just get outscaled. So,
versus 6 quasis, I feel like the 9 Mavericks here, and admittedly one of them isn't going to be able to stim, right, with only 3 points of health. But
I think you'd much rather have like 20 Mavericks versus 14 quasis. They just goes better that way. Especially with these Savants, actually. The bigger scale the battle, the better. Although I don't think this is the time to attack, but let's see.
Yeah, well, there's no circuit. There are additional quasis coming. I think he's going to need like 3-4 savants to really put the hurt on him at this point. He's only got 2 of them, and one of them's halfway across the map. So
still no quarry.
That's right.
Still in single production.
Well, the stim did come in here, so that's going to mop up all these quasis. That's actually potentially quite scary here for Tacocake.
Yeah, he could probably take out that circuit if he gets in right now, but he needs to stim again. This is a critical moment here. Can he shut that down before it's finished? There's not much time left. No second stim coming out. Looks like he's going to hold, but he will kill some Drolefs here, so not bad. Oh, he's going to go for it anyway?
Well, listen, he can swap over to Power Siphon and start destroying the attack rate of that circuit, and that's exactly what's happening here. That's going to allow the Mavericks to stay alive. The Savant does end up going down in the end, but it's only quasis left, and there is another Savant on the way.
All right, well, it looks like he'll barely push this back, but like, as you say, here's the second one. No clerics to sustain, but he can chew through this. If too many quasis show up, they start taking more and more damage. You've got to watch that high ground. This is the one way that Taco can get a lot of value from Quasilisk here. It looks like he's taking out this natural. Now, if he kills this Hatchros, he's kind of hasn't... Oh, okay, hang on, he's coming down. Focusing that Savant.
Remember, it has 2 armor, so it gets a little bit less damage dealt by quasis. Now,
nice pullback there
was a den already made, so, we're doing okay on the... Yeah, there's 3 Hydras on the way. So even if the quasi count wasn't so high, I think it's high enough to deal with this. I do think that this would be an opportunity for Taco to repose this attack, but the worker count now shifting in Beaver's favor. Oh, and now the crowd control mode definitely coming to life a little bit there to get a lot of those quasis taken out.
Yeah. You're almost going to clean this up. That was
I know.
Close.
Yeah, and if it was a bit better target fire, he probably would have killed them all, actually. So immediately 10 workers. If there's more action here, I don't think there is right now, but if there was another round, I think that could have even put the finishing blow on him, you know?
Welcome to Zerg.
Yeah.
You as soon as you kill the enemy army, you just start droning excessively.
Yes, yeah.
You do it. So I think it would have been better, though, if you just pulled back and saved those other savants, because then you could come back in here with like 6 or 7 savants, and it'd be very hard to engage. Now, the Hydras are a lot better than the Causeless against them, but they still can get splashed if there's enough of them. And this was what I was saying about Bio, right? You need to maintain a big army at all times. And yeah, it was good attack. It was great attack to attack and trade down for some draw left. I don't mind that. But I think after he's like, okay, I'm down at the natural hatchery. There's no way my opponent's not making like 10 military units right now. That's the moment you leave. Look at that counter drop.
Yep, not a bad shout.
To lose any workers.
I know,
I'm not going to say that...
Well, he's going for double quarry now, so I think he'll be okay. Yeah. He's going to have 3 worker production. So it'll be all right, but, you know, he's behind in workers again almost immediately, right? Because of the, like, 14, 16 workers that were made in the aftermath of that attack.
Yeah, now, Beaver is playing low workers here, but I don't want to say it's a mistake because he is spending the money on military instead, putting the pressure on. So it's a very interesting style. We don't really see this kind of thing very often, but he does need to keep the pressure on or Zerg will shoot way ahead. We see 43 draw left already. This is Beaver's moment. He has to do some damage. He has a lot of Hyperlist up.
Yeah, that Kagran isn't going to finish. It just at the nick of time there, it will end up going down. And the Savants can penetrate these Hydras, although they are on the wrong attack mode. They're going to be on the single target mode, and that is probably going to allow Tacocake to mop this one up. And it feels like maybe this attack was just a little bit too underpowered. Relying on that single target mode instead. Yeah.
But yeah, I think he had to go single target though because they did kind of spread out in the line. I'm not sure if the kinetic penetration actually helped.
Yeah. Well, like Taco, they're deliberately moving around that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Wait, good micro from both players so far. Man, he's barely doing it. This is the thing, though. Zerg, again, like I said, Zerg is very happy to just keep trading down to nothing. That's perfect for Zerg, especially in this situation where Beaver's gone for a low worker count. Now, not that Beaver's out of the game by any means, mind you. He still has good production here. He's still spending his money. But I feel like, yeah, Zerg is just going to get further and further ahead every time the army gets reset. And Backtalists coming out will crush these Maverick.
He's totally forgotten about his drop, too. Could have done huge damage in the back of that attack and probably would have been meaningfully ahead.
It's waiting till the Atlas starts and he goes...
Yeah, it starts with the least amount of health, and then I think the Atlas has like 4 or 5 armor or something. So
oh my God.
Not take damage, but eventually be killed. Force a cancel.
One Backtalists, honestly, is like enough. He needs to get out of here. He does not want to lose this army.
I feel like, yeah, it almost felt like he forgot a little bit about that, but he is going to see if he can step on forward. Now, Quasis are just fodder. You know, they're not really absorbing too much here thanks to the Savant's kinetic pen, but I think it might be enough to... He's not even going to be able to get anything done here, really. I was hoping that maybe he could, like, snipe down a couple of these units or something, make a tactical retreat happen, but he is indeed just going to start walking on back. Anchor on the way down.
Oh, the drop! See, perfect timing. He waits until he's busy with his army. That's how you do it.
Yeah, he's only now noticing as well. Beaver was not paying attention. Immediately starts to pull... Well, not so immediately, but does start to pull away. He's got 400 Vespian in the tank.
See ya. Leaves the one... annoying one? No, he's gonna get it.
He's just he didn't want them to have to go through that choke, I guess. I don't know. He's thinking about them.
Honestly, it probably is quicker. They probably would have taken longer to walk there. Now, here we go. What is the range of a Savant?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can fight those battles, but does he even have enough?
Well, he's got 2 of them with the crowd control mode and the anchor. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Second anchor not being used yet. Okay, puts the Mavericks in it, but that's a lot of Zerg. I don't know.
Yeah.
Battle's doing good damage from the back. Oh yeah, crushing through those anchors. I think he's going to break through here.
There's no more Hydras, so there is that at the very least. The Quasi from the drop coming on down.
Oh, they got taken out by the reinforcements. Well, actually, the rally coming out. Is he going to hold? Backwards still going to be able to do a bit of damage, but they're trying to run. Needs to stim after those. You really want to kill those. That's 75 gas each.
Yep, that's a pretty big deal. There are still a lot of Hydras streaming through.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
Beaver does not have the critical mass
to
handle Hydra.
He's just walking him through. He's totally forgotten. Now figured out the attack move, but that allowed for this force to pare it down to a lot smaller Hydra count. So that's still doable, but I don't know, man. I feel like
Tacocake's got those 50 draw left. He can punch 6 patch Hydralists now. He is just going to A-move all over this. I think it's over. Beaver trying to produce, but he does not have the scale he needs. So even if Beaver was behind in production, if he had a big army of 20 savants or something, you can hold this off. But as it stands, he cannot rebuild. It's just question is Tacocake going to pull the trigger? He's got a lot of Zephs. That says to me he's trying to end the game.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. And, you know, the Savants will be having their fire drawn by the Zets. There's a little bit of a surround that actually reduces their efficacy on the backline Hydras. I think GG's about to be called here, Neblime. There it is. Tacocake will take the first map. Yeah, well, I don't know. The writing definitely wasn't on the wall. But that is it. That is the round. So with that being said, we have potentially at least 2 more maps for sure, but potentially more. I think it was interesting to see the...
I like the attempt by Beaver for sure. And the first attack we saw was very scary. You know, I don't know if Derelict is the best map for it because it does have that overhang. But that said, I think it's definitely a very viable thing to start messing up the Savants early. You can keep the pressure on there, but not the right sort of army decisiveness, I think.
Yeah, we'll wait on figuring out exactly what the next map is. And I agree. I think there were moments, there were chances, opportunities there for the Beaver to be able to make it happen. And I think Tacocake definitely was not prepared for the aggression. I think the Mavericks...
He's showing some tenacity in his defense, though, and that just speaks to the fact that, like I was saying, he's been playing a lot of games recently, so, you know, he's sort of ready to fight. Who picked the first map, by the way?
It was the Beaver. He's the lower seed. So I'll give you the pick ban here. The first ban from Tacocake was Fata Morgana. The Purgatory was banned by the Beaver99, and then Titan Forge was banned by Tacocake, his second and final ban. After that, Derelict was selected by the Beaver99. And here we are on Impetus. Of course, Beaver has selected that himself.
Yeah, I quite like it for Terran, actually. I think Fata Morgana is a very good ban for Zerg because Terran loves those choky locations.
It's also the rush distance on it can be a little bit awkward, right? So
I think that benefits Zerg more, though, because they have the threat of early pools and stuff, right?
Yeah, they can, but if you scout that they're not doing that, then you might be able to like, all right, now it's me. I'm doing it. Speaking of, we do have Tacocake in the bottom left and the Beaver99 in the top right, so similar spawn positions as the Beaver99 exchanges his hate speech.
Well, luckily for him, no Protoss won the last game.
Yeah, that's right. So. That means that no Protoss died, though. Yeah, that's
true.
It's a little unfortunate. Now, it's funny because we were talking about this. Some quick bracket updates, I suppose, while we're waiting for this particular match to heat up. I will say that in order to get us here, obviously I touched a little bit earlier that Moon Hunter unfortunately was not able to make it to the Beaver99's first game, so the Beaver99 defaulted up until this point. Now, Tacocake was also able to get a default because Grunch was not able to show. So that's how we got to our first upper qualification match. But elsewhere in the tournament, we have had our first couple players get eliminated. Biddy B, unfortunately, was dismantled by Cheese, according to Inozlix. I haven't actually seen it. You saw that game.
Oh, I was watching those games. I'll say, yes, it was Cheese, but when you say Biddy B lost to Cheese, it might not be exactly what you think it means. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
All right, yeah. It's very mysterious. Nobody will tell me what it is, so that's fine. I'll find out on my own. Beaver's going for the Stockade again, this time a little bit faster on the Vespene, so we'll see if he wants the Quarry or if he's going to go for a Fulcrum follow-up. And, of course, it is just a hatch at the ramp. It's curious he's putting his Stockade so far back, you know? Like, I don't know what this... If it's, like, forcing the player to scout deeper or something, you know?
I wonder if it's an adaptation against early pools. Because I found when I was playing Terran, if you have the Stockade next to the Ministry, it's pretty much like... you should be able to hold any kind of pool. But if it's near the ramp, it's a bit iffy. Do you lift it and bring it back? Do you try and hold over there? It's like... So I don't mind it. I think it sort of makes sense.
The gas is floating up. Okay, it wasn't. Yeah? It was a quarry after all. I was wondering what it was. It was dangerously close to being able to be a star pad, and I thought maybe that's why he was aggressively denying scouting. He did not want his opponent to know whether or not he was harvesting Vespene.
Well, he wants to think it's 2 Stockades again, right?
Yep.
So
yeah.
I do like the missing variation in builds, though, and I don't know if it's planned for Impetus specifically or just what's the word? Spur at the moment.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to try something different here. But Tacocake going the exact same thing. But honestly, for Zerg, I think the options are pretty limited. If you don't want to rush against Terran, I think you just do the base hatch or at the natural. And I think it's just safer to do in base. So just doing the same thing.
5 pairs. Holy moly.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Is he going to come and attack right away? That would be perfect. I don't know if he somehow divined that Beaver was just doing 1 Stockade here.
Right. Got to be a little bit more on his unit management here, I think.
Though.
Yeah, he will
already
scout.
The anchor.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he will scout
Very smart.
the quasis, but they've initially been used defensively, positioning defensively. He'll use this worker here to establish his natural, it looks like. And yes, now he is going to go ahead and explore across the map. The Mason being trailed, chased, slowly gained on. Oh,
well, this is a bit of a win for Beaver, honestly, because it seemed like Tacocake was expecting big aggression again, so he's delaying his hatch rust a little bit. You can see Beaver's still up in workers here. I mean, we'll see if that lasts, so we'll be able to produce a lot. But he's got this quarry and didn't suffer any pressure for it, because I think by the time these closes come across, he'll have plenty of Mavericks.
Yep, I think so too. He's got a lot of Vespian in the bank too. This could actually just be like a really fast Atlas or something.
On one base?
Well, he's got the Ridge.
What do you
He's not
do
harvesting
with
the
that?
gas with it yet, so...
That would be interesting. You start making captaincies, I guess, because you don't have the gas for much else. Probably eventually get a Seraph
Listen,
out.
I don't know, man.
Seraph?
The way that I'm seeing some of this stuff work... Okay, hold on. We'll hold that thought. The attempt for the Quasis is coming in, but the anchor is fully loaded, and the stim pack was reactive, so that was ill-advised.
Oh, careful.
Three stimmed Mavericks beat 4 Quasis. I know that sounds like, you know, people can start typing in the chat or something because they hear that, but I swear that's pretty legit. It also depends on how much stim is still there, like how long the buff is. But
we need to see Beaver make some kind of decision, though. He's floating up this money. Is he actually going for an Atlas? I'm starting to wonder if you're right.
I don't know. Yeah, the treasury is there.
Okay.
So there's no gas expenditure is the big thing, right? He's adding a second stockade because he knows he can afford it.
Still get
okay,
an
now a
Atlas.
fulcrum. Now a fulcrum. Maybe this changes the complexion a little bit. We know that this guy likes his lobotomy mines. I love this play from the surviving Quasis just being burrowed in strange locations. Not exactly holding for the push outside like the Shambler does with his worker, but...
You want to burrow at the right time in that natural mineral line, your opponent isn't looking and get like 4 kills, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to get Palladium here, because the fact that there's one Fulcrum has still got double stockade production.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Vestry. No matter what you're doing with that Fulcrum, I think it's well accompanied by Clerics.
Yeah, I think so too. And if you're going to go super heavy, a second Fulcrum goes down. If you're going to go super heavy bio, I think Shamans are compulsory as well. At least one Shaman. And you can try to defend it, you know?
I mean, you know, figuratively speaking, I don't know if I would defend always getting one shaman because I don't know, it's a bit awkward to maneuver around. It's expensive. It does.
I meant defend the shaman itself. I'm thinking like.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did, but I'm saying
okay, you're saying
the concept or not.
Oh,
look, there's the Burrow, but it's a bit early.
It is.
He does see. Oh, okay. No, he just wanted vision. Very nice.
Yeah, confirming that there is indeed a treasury.
Imagine you're on watch there as the Maverick. You just see like, you know, a little Quaz head poke up and get in. Like, hang on a minute, what's going on? Look at this. He's looking for it. He's like, wait a minute. What
the heck's going on here? Get out of here, you little critter. Well, Tacocake's not too interested. He's fine.
Zerg seem cute until they're not, you know. Ooh, Nafrock like.
Yeah, indeed. And 4 Quasis coming in. So Tacocake really likes the Nathercore. He's quite a fan of it.
If we see Madrigals, man, they could be devastating.
We haven't seen them in quite a while.
Yeah, I think they're very good at tier 1 still, because they crush Causalisk if they have support. Okay, this is Phalanx.
Yeah.
He's got enough maps to fight any amount of Nafracores. The problem is being in position, though.
Yeah. The workers pulled maybe a little bit too aggressively there. I'm not sure what happened, but there's not actually any defenses over here, so the Quasi-drop will potentially find some good mileage again.
I do think Terran does need to go for like blind turrets if they're not going to scout much at this point. It doesn't cost that much, and it just shuts down a lot of options. Like, you know, even if skiffs show up, at least it's going to cause some damage to them. And, you know, if their overleft is dropping in the mineral line, this is going to take some damage. It's just well worth it. And we're going to see a punish here for not doing it. So 14 Nafracores are being morphed. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Wow.
All right, Neblime. I'm looking forward to this. He's actually queued up some more behind it, by the way. He's going to go up to a solid 20, I think.
Oh my god, that's a lot. Now, if this doesn't work, Tacocake is so screwed.
I know, yeah. He's looking to just overwhelm. And admittedly, right, it's Phalanxes, and I don't think Beaver is going to have any idea that it's happening until it's too late.
Imagine if he had 2 Madrigals, even if they just get the first 2 shots on like a stacked Naf.
I know, yeah.
Blood. Okay, he does have a bunch of Mavericks, though, and the Naf's going to come in from the side where they can intercept a bit more easily. That's
he's drawing out the defenses with the drop. He's reinforced it. It went from 4 to 6.
Very
smart. So the units will start to unpack to go over there because he does see it. Should immediately turn. He's got 2 Mavericks over here, so that's not the end of the world. But if he pulls everything, and he doesn't pull everything but most things, that could be really awkward here, right?
Yeah. Oh, Tacocake, I love it. The 1-2 punch. He's
It's
coming
really
in
a
now.
3-punch. He's got these 10 quasis waiting on standby as well, already doing a little bit of worker heckling. That should be enough, but here comes the horde of 24 Nathracores. They will be able to dismantle the small number of Mavericks that we have here. And in this hubbub, neither player making anything. Both of them so deathly focused on purely dealing with the one push. Now, unfortunately for Tacocake, his quasis don't really do too much. But look, Tacocake has just massacred the mineral line and dealt with so many of these Mavericks. Unfortunately, Beaver's attacking his own treasury with the phalanxes.
It's gonna blow. Stop.
I think he hit the stop key. He hit the stop key.
Okay, oh my gosh. That was close.
Man.
Okay, well, he survives.
He has, yes.
One Watchdog ain't gonna do it, man. Okay, there you go. You need like 3.
Adding a couple. Yeah, I think you need 3 in this situation. 3 in each
I'd love
base.
to see a Madrigal here. Madrigal will be the perfect unit here because there's no Hydra yet either. It's on the way. But, we see Covert Ops again. Or whatever you call it. Sorry, Covenant.
That's right, Purifier, man. We got double Madrigal.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Love that.
Hey, look, Purifier's different because like, that isn't even a unit in either game. But Covert Ops at least actually is.
That's true. That is true. Well,
at least production is not covered, is it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He can go after these expensive add-ons and immediately targets down the Covenant. Is it going to be canceled? It has to be, right? No, it's not going to get canceled. That's a lot of Vest being lost. Now going to go after these Watchdogs, and they're not repairing him. Needs to repair this Watchdog. It's not being repaired enough by enough Masons. Okay, the Madrigal's just popped. He should be able to deploy them immediately, but he's forgotten them. He's lost in the sauce. They're on the drive. Mars rovers. They're still not attacking.
Oh, there we go. Finally gets a shot off. Deploys as well, actually. I'm not sure if deploying is good against Snaps and Rubber. I think he just undeploys and chases them, but he does fend them off. Okay. He's not dead. Here comes his attack.
Here's the main thing, right? Yeah, another Covenant going to go down here.
Yeah.
And no hope for a self-destruction sequence either. Does need to think about activating these phalanxes and destroying this high ground circuit as long as he can.
Around in position, the Rebels tickling.
That's
really
right.
needs to deal with those though. The Madrigals can deal with that, but he's just not using them. Too focused on the attack. Needs to be doing both if he wants to win this game. The Phalanx is deploying. They do need support from those Mavericks. They do get it. Oh my god, that high ground one.
I mean, he needs to keep these Mavericks alive because there's Nathracores back at home, and obviously the Phalanxes aren't going to be able to shoot up. He's actually bringing back the 15 that were still alive. Those Madrigals not moving across the map right now, only barely resaturating his base. Look at the worker counts, though. Tacocake very low for this stage in the game. He is very, very focused on the military. He has spent most of his money. He has no hope of going to Tier 2. The Mavericks out of position, but they are going to catch the right side Nathracores from the base. The problem is that the left side ones came out as well, and that push is going to get cleaned up. The Beaver down 2-0. Tacocake will manage to make it happen. And we have, listen, one chance left. Otherwise, Beaver, he could just get put out to pasture.
Yeah, Tacocake with some tactical moves there, man. He's been playing. You can tell.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and I have to say, Beaver really fell apart against that. Like, he had the tools he needed, like with those Madrigals, even with the Mavericks almost, but did not use them under the pressure. Just got too focused on his attacking army and too overcommitted.
Yeah, I think so. And at the same time, if the Madrigals were ever deployed, they absolutely could have just ran roughshod over that. He had the right unit, but he didn't use it the proper way. He thought he had to deploy it, forgetting that they now have an anti-air attack, maybe, because that was, I mean, months ago now changed, but still, it's like one of the most recent changes to the unit.
Do we know who started taking 6 causeless and dropping the mineral line? Who first did that?
Would it have been Hamster back in the day? I actually don't know. Maybe Shambler?
Not Shambler? Yeah,
it could. One of those two, maybe.
Trying if we can name that, the Shambler drop.
Right, yeah, there's got to be.
Everyone does it now.
Yeah. It is very customary. We're getting into what could be the final map if the series is going to go the way of the blowout. Sideshow selected by TheBeaver99. Not normally a map favorite in this matchup, but Tacocake will be in the bottom right as the purplish Zerg, where TheBeaver99. Is he the beaver color? No, he's peach. Close, though. Yeah. Close. If he was a little bit darker, that would have been beaver. Honestly, that would have been a sign. I got to say, I don't know if I'll be able to put it out there at any point, but I wanted to talk about like some nice poetry somewhere where the Beaver is able to take a game against somebody really established. And again, Tacocake's not really super established in the context of being like a player who's been around for a very long time, but he's clearly able to threaten games from people like it's the 6 degrees of separation. Jack can threaten games against you. He's clearly a competent Zerg, and Tacocake can threaten games against Jack. He even took a game against Jack. So it's like, okay, he's not that far away. He's on the totem pole, right? He's rising. And And Beaver99 coming in here as someone we probably just kind of looked past on the Gauntlet A, if we're being honest. My memory of the Beaver99 when it comes to Cosmonarchy, honestly, one of the main memories that I have for the guy, despite the fact that obviously he's made a lot of maps and like played in a lot of the AI games way back, his competitive stuff, I just think about his game against Keen, I think it was, or maybe Mystery Meat, and he just cancels his Fulcrum when it was almost completed.
Is that like his first building?
Yes, yeah, his first production structure.
No.
And that is just like, oh man. But to see where he is at now, and honestly, I gotta say it even in the context of this game, even though obviously he has not won a match just yet, but these have not looked like total stomps. That last one was rough on the response to the attack, but like still able to threaten, still able to push through, you know?
If it didn't work, Beaver would have won for sure because he had the siege he needed as well.
Yes.
Now, I hope this isn't going to be like the Benno versus Top Ramen where, like, you know, it's 2-0, and I'm like, well, Benno lost, but he looks good, because, you know, you're right, Beaver looks good, but I want him to win a game too,
yes.
you know?
Yes, absolutely. Well, it was an expansion hatch, and then it was immediately after that a pool, so... Oh, no. The bronze move! Oh! He got him. Bronze.
What a shame.
You know, there's this thing, I don't know if do you have anything like this, Neblime, where you play a competitive game? Oh, look at that.
Oh, I like it. I think that's a good choice, actually.
Yeah, right.
Knowing it's low ground Hatcheros.
Yes, and also knowing that the pool wasn't even done yet, right? So he realized he could reclaim some of those resources. But do you have this thing? Because I remember a long, long time ago, somebody like I was playing League, which I know, insert your jokes here. This is like probably 10 years ago now. And somebody failed a flash and then like died, and it made me die because I was so stupefied. And I said, "You bronzed me" in chat. And that's what I feel like about sometimes when you see like somebody do something stupid, but it works. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. Have you ever had anything like that? Any Starcraft?
Well, you know what they say: if it looks stupid, it works. Ain't stupid.
Okay. All right. So you're just saying fundamentally, you can't call it that. You gotta just feel like, nah.
No, you can't.
All right. Here it is.
Otherwise, you end up like Otosis and like you lose to your opponents because they're bad.
Yes. Know? Yeah. Yep. Well, I honestly think it's really funny because even a phenomenon like that happens at the pro level, and he even himself talks about it, where like silly cheeses will happen at like the S rank ladder level or A rank ladder level, and then the top pros will lose to it because they never encounter it because it's like low percentage if you know what it is.
Well, you got to understand though that if they lose to that sort of thing, it's because they're not playing as per a ladder opponent. They're playing just to practice something, right? If they sat down, they're like, I'm against, you know, Barcode number 74 or whatever, they probably would not lose a game like ever.
Well, no, this happens in pro games though, is what I'm saying. It happens in actual professional matches.
Oh, sure, yeah. But I would also say to that, it's not because they're opposing the cheesing pro, it's just like, you know, not thinking about it. It's probably very tailor-made to exactly what they think their opponent is likely to cut corners with.
Maybe.
Well. Is that double overleft coming up?
That is correct.
Ooh. That's a misclick.
He's setting up for a double quads drop, I think.
Doesn't have that many. I think it's 10.
Yeah, this is 10 so far. He's gonna make another pair probably, or maybe just go with 5 each.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not that bad. Still, I'd like to see another pair. All right. I mean, it could be a thing, but the thing is, Beaver's just back on his one base. I mean, okay.
Well, the Watchdog Scout coming on in, and he's gonna miss it. Yeah. He won't even be able to land and shoot it like that Top Ramen game versus Benno. Just landed in the middle.
I know. As long as the Mavericks don't leave the base, I don't really see this being that threatening.
But is he going to get baited in by scouting literally nothing?
Oh man, I don't know.
Like then he's like, "Oh, hey, I can go. I can go. I can do it."
You gotta take that as like, where's his army? Why is there no army here? And be scared, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he should definitely have an army. So
there's not many draw left either. Actually,
so you would know based on that.
Yeah.
By the way,
what?
Biddy B, his company, sponsors us. Did you know that?
Awesome.
Big money. Big money.
Okay, so he is still at home. As long as he doesn't go out right now to like deploy his treasury. Oh, but see again, Tacocake's waiting. He's a patient man.
He's gonna go for it now.
No, he's not. Most impatient.
Not that patient. He lost patience.
Yeah.
Anchor on the way. This will, of course, be caught. We've got double Savant. I like this opener here.
He's not looking at it.
He's got to see it. All right.
Okay. Stim. Ah, there you go.
All right. 3 workers have gone down. 4 workers have gone down, and I think that's probably the end of it. All right. 5 workers have gone down.
Yeah, I mean, I can clean it up pretty well, actually. You know, that's pretty mixed for Zerg.
Well, if he can get these omelets, this is worth another stim for sure.
Oh, he's gonna get at least one.
He'll get the other one. All right.
Oh my gosh! All right, that's not very good for Zerg at all. Then, because consider how low the Drolov count is. The treasury is complete. And he had the quarry from the beginning. He's getting his savants now even. Although I'd love to see clerics. He's stimming away without any healthcare here.
No healthcare at all. Ski backed on the way, so he knows the answer is going to be the Bactalisk again, taking a third base. The Watchdog does indeed sniff that out. This Mason actually, this Mason
cool
is
bio with no clerics, USA style. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's right.
All American.
All American army, and Beaver is from the American
style.
Yeah. Listen, he can just drop an anchor on the front ground here if he wants to. He has
that would be huge. 2 savants in there, yeah.
Oh yeah. Start to have even range with the Bactalisks. You actually outrange them with the anchor buff.
Yes. Is he going to go for Surkif? What am I saying? Skithracore, and just say, like, I think you're not going to put enough effort into defense home, or is he just going to make, like, 3 backs? That would be decent.
I feel like the backs might be enough here. The Hatrox is indeed going to go down. I would imagine it's going to force cancel here. He's going to see if he can try to poke down the Savants before anything gets crazy. And that is the right target. That is the right target for sure.
Yeah, he needs to pull back because there's no healing, and these Mavericks are getting more and more bruised. They're all going to be on like 1 HP in a minute. I don't think he can continue this attack. He's going to lose his entire army if he continues, and then he's going to be in a really bad spot.
Yep. We've got a nice defensive little line forming over here for Tacocake. He's learned from the Gates of Hell days, apparently.
Yeah, well, he probably watched the cast and he was like, hey, don't be mean. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. That's pretty impenetrable at the front. Now, of course, the Hatrox is still under threat, but like I say, I think even with that out there, he doesn't want to commit. He needs to send those Mavericks home.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have a cleric. He doesn't have anything. He's adding 3 stockades, so it's going to be a while before he sees anything like that. Just Mavericks now. And, of course...
Yeah.
He's got 4 Savants, which isn't nothing, but, I mean, with no front line, because all the Mavericks are made of paper. All their stims adding up there.
Oh, that shot was so long range. Okay. Wait, they can bounce back to the original target? Is that what I saw?
No, they hit a different guy. Went back.
Oh, they do? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he needs to get those home, man. What does he have at home? Is he even able to defend these Bactalists coming? Zeph's being made, like I was saying. I think that means you want to end the game because you just rally them quickly and try and attack. 2 more anchors coming up. I mean, if he gets those 4 Savants home, gets them in anchors, maybe he's okay here, but that's not very much army at all.
Yep. He's got the Savants in, so step 1 complete.
Yeah. Get them in, get them in!
Zeth's starting to march across the map.
If Tacocake stayed right on his heels, I think he would have crushed through this defense. But as is, a tiny breathing moment. More Bactalists being made, though. Man, Tacocake's figured it out, man. He knows how to deal with these Savants.
Yeah, the scary thing is that the Savants will be able to even the Bactalisk range, but the Bactalisk bounces will just hit all of the bio around all the Masons repairing.
And it will crush if you try and repair, like you say. Oh, Phalanx on the way. That's what he needs. But does he have time? He's going to have to trade a lot of Masons here, man. There's no way out. Oh, it's done, though.
First Phalanx is finished. Starpad on the way. Yeah, that's true. This one has nothing in it. This one's only got 1 summon. All right.
Time's up, and the Masons are not in position.
That's indeed the case. Yeah, the first one is immediately destroyed. They can fall back into that other anchor, but it's not something that the Beaver99 is even considering. And 99 problems, it looks like anchors ain't one. Tacocake charging on through. I think that's probably going to be enough to finish the job. He's got no more front line. He pulls back. The Bactalisks could absolutely make it in. And finish that off because he's got no armor, remember? So
yeah, absolutely.
Given a little bit of a lifeline.
Running.
Oh yeah.
Right, again, gives him breathing room.
Oof.
Second Phalanx will be out in a minute. And now this is a scary defensive formation. The Bactals, though. Oh
yeah, just completely ignoring the Savant, going straight for the Phalanx. I don't know about that one.
From the Phalanx.
I know,
Huge shot from the Phalanx, splashed those. Honestly, I had the same thing happen to me a game earlier. 1 shot regressed 4 of them. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. And all of this movement is just Zeth's. He's not going to get anything done.
And so much gas for Taco went in now. He does still have enough to afford Tier 2 at the moment, but it's been severely delayed. Karen can build up an army again and counterattack. I mean, what units does he have if he does commit to Tier 2?
Well, how about 4 Starpad Wraith, mofo? How about that? How about 5-star pad rate? Wait, how about 6-star pad rate?
Okay, now that's a bit too much for me, man. I'm clutching my pearls at 6. Whoa. Man, he's not getting Tier 2 this game.
No,
he's stopped making Savants, man. He can't afford that anymore.
I can't believe it. Taking a 4th base here, Tacocake. He'll be able to afford Tier 2 in just a moment. Despite all of his gas expenditure, he's switching to Zeth's to continue the contain and try to keep his opponent on the back foot.
With like 30 Wraiths?
Yeah.
Bactals won't do anything against that. Like, you'll just crush.
Yeah. He would need Mass Skith to respond to that or Tier 2 complete. Oh, he's going Skith. He just went 8 Skiths.
Oh, how does he know? I
don't know. That doesn't sound right to me.
Dream cheating.
Yeah, exactly. The non-existent.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because I
Tacocake.
just read it on my second monitor. I just read Biddy B saying, "You must have been using hacks to see my camera position."
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I mean, it wouldn't really tell you anything in this case, but still pretty good.
Tacocake's so on the ball with countering his opponent in all these games, honestly. Like, the backs were perfect here to stop the Savants. Now he's just like, yeah, he's probably going to go Mass Wraith, huh? I don't know if he's like been playing games versus Beaver or what. Does he just know?
I don't think so. I think this is their first time fighting each other, but maybe not.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I know Top Ramen
Doesn't
and
even
Beaver
go.
have played,
Doesn't even go for tier 2.
yeah, he
just
almost
like,
had it. He's like, nah, I want to stay at tier 1. This guy, that's what I mean, man. This guy's like he's bloodthirsty. He wants to end the games as fast as possible. We've got 10 Wraiths. The count is slowly growing. An Anseal on the way. Can definitely queue up more.
You don't want to buy an Ansel when you've got that much star pads. I guess you need one, though, to pick off borrowed stuff. All right, looks like the Skiffs might actually harass here.
Yep, 13 of them.
Not. Oh, he's just going to attack the front, I think, and use them to pick the phalanxes off, because that's a lot of stuff. But this could play right into Beaver's hands if he eliminates everything, and he has built up a scary Bioforce again.
Yeah, the Savant's actually going to come in huge here. Okay, the phalanxes will get wiped, right? There's no hope for the phalanxes.
It is a play, but he doesn't realize the true situation, right? And he's lost so much of the ground force. If the skiffs get cleaned up, or at least mostly reduced, Tacocake's actually in huge trouble. Okay, there's still quite a few of them. Oh my god, those Savants, though.
Listen, Beaver is using an incredible amount of restraint. He has killed off all but 5 of very wounded Skittercores, and he has not revealed that he even has Wraiths. I mean, they probably saw like 1 star pad.
He's pulling the trigger.
All right, well, he's on attack move, so that's going to reveal it, unfortunately, yeah. But.
Yeah, Skiffs are distracted, though. Did Beaver actually look at that?
I'm not
sorry,
sure.
did Tacocake look at that?
Yeah, I have no idea. This watchdog is still here.
Yeah, it happens a lot. He's morphing more Bactals for an attack, man. He has no idea.
Oh, the
He's
Skiffs
just
are
going in for another round.
Yeah,
in
diving
fact, he
in.
wouldn't be doing this.
There's a couple Savants in the mineral line. I don't know where those were, but they were
God.
pre-stationed, and they're not going to get a single thing. Now, this Hatrosk is under attack only by some of the 15 Wraiths over here. The count is not massive, and the Bioforce is actually going to get the trigger pulled on it. He's got 6 more Wraiths that can join him. Worker count over here completely nullified. And Beaver actually has more workers, but again, less bases. He shut down the 3 o'clock location, and that's about it. He's looking like he might be able to stab back in.
Yeah, there's not enough to defend, actually, because the Phalanxes got taken out. The Bactal can actually push in now, and the Bio is going to be very squishy. In fact, it's gone. You move the camera away for 1 second, and it's gone. Where's the army? Here's some more back there. Maybe it's enough.
I think that's pretty much it, and he hasn't reinvested into more Phalanxes. His only one that he has left is only halfway done. The Savants, they're standing their ground instead of charging forward. The Masons need to come off the line, see if they can occupy some of the bounces in the wrong direction for what Tacocake wants, but it's not going to be enough. The Bio will get cleaned up. Back at home, though, the Wraith's still doing quite a bit of damage. At this point, we might see... Listen, Neblime, we might see all of these units start to, these structures lift off and fly into the 4 corners while the Wraiths try to hunt down all the...
Would be the play.
The hatches.
Do we have
or
a draw
something.
on our hands? Did we just take out all the draw lefts? Tacocake just spent his last minerals. Well, he's still mining. I shouldn't say
Still
that.
mining from the 3rd. Yeah, that's it. That's all he's got.
He needs to go take out those draw left. That's the only way he can possibly win this or even draw this. Because his main is not going to hold. I don't think. Well, hang on a minute. Is he going to hold?
No, because Tacocake started to withdraw, and it was a messy attack move back, and half of his army stayed to fight. So the treasury will go down. There's not really that much over here, but the Wraith reinforcements.
So far back.
He's got 12 Wraiths over there.
It's genius he puts him back and finally hitting the last mineral line, but the Hydralisk, I think it's enough because this Wraith's uncentralized. He needs to keep this alive. He needs to pull them back right now. Okay, he does. Cool. With the amount of Wraiths he has on the map, if he gets them all together, he can absolutely hit that base. And he can still produce Wraiths too.
Yeah, he's still making them. He's got like 15 up here.
God.
I think I really don't see a way back from Tacocake. Unless he finds the magic timing. He's going to charge in when there's only the Bio and only the Phalanxes. Remember, the resources are basically dry.
No, those Savants are doing so much.
Yeah, the Savants cleared that first Phalanx to 25 health. They're not going to be able to clear it. And back at home, we still have all of these Wraiths descending upon the man.
Yeah, he's going in for the 3rd as well. I think Beaver's actually done it, dude. I think he's going to win this game. Only 15, 14 drones left. They're all getting picked off.
There's no Hydras.
What a game.
He's got nothing. GG.
What a game.
And now I can say from canceling a Fulcrum in a competitive match to bringing down Tacocake, at least in 1. Listen, we're a fan. We're a fan.
I gotta go take my heart medicine after that one. Give me a minute, man.
There it is. There it is. Well, we're going to Axiom for our 4th map, and I'm glad to say that Beaver is still in the series. He will be readied up here, and we will see another chance. Now, these games have not looked conventional. Maybe the first one, to a lesser degree, the second one. But the 3rd one was just Savant, Phalanx, Anchor, into Mass Wraith with 6 star pad on 2 base. My man.
Yeah, we don't see the Savants super much, but Shambler had been trying them out a bit when he was still playing Terran a little while ago.
That's right.
They are pretty good.
Beaver putting a smile on all our faces. He is in the top right. Tacocake in the bottom left. Axiom.
Dude, that last game. Oh my god. I feel like you could write like 3-page essay about the positioning of that tank in the main. It was so far back, but it could still hit stuff in the natural. It was like perfectly placed.
Yeah,
and it was in like a choke point.
Yes. Yep. And the Savants were able to line up all the hits on the 2 Zets that he could only attack it with 2 Zets at once, Neblime. It was
it was crazy. It's so clutch actually. So Beaver does not want to go down without a fight, man.
No, and he won't. He was mining the harvest. He's probably looking... What is he looking for first here? Is this risky? Or what? What's he doing?
He's going to get the Stockade Quarry, I believe. He's taking his sweet time to get the Stockade. Or maybe not.
I don't know what he's doing. Okay, it is a Stockade Quarry, after all. All right, I was wondering... It was taking a while to ferment, so I was a little bit curious.
You could sort of justify this by saying, like, oh, he doesn't want to pull Masons off the line. I don't know, I'm trying. Now, I'm surprised by the way Taco went for the low ground. I really thought picking Axiom, he actually wanted to do it like an early pool. That sounds crazy, but I don't know. It's just the vibe I was getting, and I think it's a good map for it, but proven wrong once again. And I didn't even have to tell anyone. But I did anyway.
That's all right. I didn't even have to tell anyone about this shrouded, mysterious sign, but...
Nice.
You know. I am looking forward to what's going to happen here with the strat, because we will have a pool coming, surely.
Yeah.
There it is.
You can't go Hydra if you will not have a good time.
Well, listen, man. I was waiting for it. Yeah, he had no gas harvesting. I'm still, it's kind of funny.
Gas now.
Listen, I want to see somebody figure out how to do it. Obviously, the Degen Zerg strat technically seems like it could work, but I don't know if it's been super figured out yet or not.
The problem with that is, what if they just float an anchor into your base?
You block with workers, obviously.
Okay, and just unload Hurricanes. Like, good luck.
I do like when anchor floating was like the big thing, the huge rage. And I figured out you could just like station a unit under the shadow and it'll always block the anchor from landing. And they just didn't even think about unloading the unit. They were just dumbfounded, like, but my thing didn't work.
Listen, man, I'm so glad no one ever floated an anchor to like the top left corner and crossguard and attacked me with that, because I did not have an answer. I kept looking at it like, geez, I hope this isn't the game where they do that. Yeah. So I'm glad those days are over.
Yes, honestly. Mostly because crossguard is no longer in the map pool. But,
he gave the pool a nosebleed.
That's right. Roughed him up and sent him home. Except he sent himself home.
Pretty eco play from Beaver this time. Fastest treasury we've seen yet. And he's already got the quarry, of course.
Yep. Yeah, off of 1 stockade, right? And so he can be meaningfully, especially scouting this Kagran on the way out. Like, okay, my opponent is very scared. At the very least, he's playing more conservatively and does not want to do much else. And he's even going to put his Mason over by the 9 o'clock position. Man, this map is not uncastable, honestly. Oh, no, this isn't Impetus. Never mind. This is 9 o'clock. I was thinking of Impetus as
good.
Okay.
No, this map's great.
Yeah. Neblime's favorite, of course. Yeah. Quasi's coming on, but these Quasis are very low in count, right? So they're not going to accomplish anything, especially versus the anchors. So it looks like Beaver will be in a pretty comfortable game 4.
Yeah, just a scout, I believe. Now, again, Beaver is not really revealing what he's deciding to do yet here. I'd be surprised if he doesn't do the same thing, go for a second stockade. That seems to be the vibe. Again, I really wish he'd incorporate more vestry, though. I think that's really lacking here.
Yeah, you could do the double covenant opener, and he does have a lot of Vespian, so it looks like he's going to seek to do that. But I mean, he can't do double covenant if he doesn't have 2 stockade. And
he could build one and then lift and build another.
That's right. Oh, okay. All right. That's like Starcraft 2 add-on style.
Actually,
all right.
Hear me out.
Here we go.
If you build one and then you want double production, you could lift it and start the other one while you build the second stockade, right? That could be a thing.
Absolutely, yeah. For timing, a highly set up timing push. The background audio of you fiddling with your desk made me think that you were just starting to write that down. Like, I gotta.
Oh, that's my chair. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was just, but I imagine Neblime's got a notebook and.
Yeah, write that down.
I gotta say, ways to defeat Newt.
Jack Alessi told me about like a certain kind of cheese we might see from Zerg that I had to write down. Like,
oh really?
I don't want to say anything. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like that kind of level of stuff. Like, really, why are you doing that?
Right. Okay. And you believe in it?
Yeah, I think it could be a thing.
Okay.
I haven't tried. No one's tried it.
No one's tried it. Okay. It is a covenant. Second stockade nearly complete for the second covenant. Starpad. Yep. That's going to be a large portion. So we could see like a Savant drop or something here.
Yeah. Idle on drop. Do it. Nuke.
Listen, the fast forces. He does need a second treasury for that, but I think that is also something I want to see. Like,
he's going to do the self-destruct.
Yeah.
gas down the drain. It costs 200 for the anvil, does it?
Yes, 100 for each nuke. So.
Oh man, that is a lot in early game. That's a lot.
Well, drawing out a couple of these Mavericks, he's going to lose a Quasi for a Maverick. You're fine with that as
didn't make it
a
back.
Zerg player.
He returns to the squad like, hey, where's Dave?
Yeah, listen, man. Dave decided he could chuck bullets at Zerg.
He got one of them.
That's right. I avenged him.
Took one with him.
Yeah.
I like that we're getting this turret scout. It was lacking in that Nafracor game.
That's right.
He was definitely punished for it. So it's good that he's bringing that back in.
Yeah, the last 2 games, this one included, obviously, he's now got the Watchdog Scout. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is more you think this is just more of like a dedicated ground push then?
Yeah, I mean, he's not really building up the stockade count yet, though. What we've seen Beaver do is he throws down a bunch of stockades, but a bit late. We see the minerals spiking up, but I think he probably will do it. The NCL is always useful, but I'm not sure it's super synergistic with Bio. I kind of rather just get more stuff, you know?
Okay.
That's a lot of Hydras.
It is a lot of Hydras.
Fairly low draw left count still. Ski back to coming up again.
Yes, Tacocake really likes his tier 1 evolutions. I haven't seen a Shroud from him yet, but I mean, these Hydras will make short work of the Watchdog, most likely. There it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Won't be allowed to spy on the whole operation again, like in Sideshow.
Saw the ski back, though.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. I mean, you see the Hydrathen mutating before you even see the wireframe. You just click on it, you see Hydrathen mutating, and then the Hydras are already out. Like, okay, well, you already have it completed, so it must be that. And here we go, Fulcrum for the Palladium, double stockade to add in. Second Covenant.
The Phalanx is definitely crushed backs, as we saw that last game. Man.
Yes.
They're splashed, and the relative squishiness of the Bactylis is very effective. But will we see the same sort of pattern? A bunch of Bactyls and then the Skiff-Recors? I would not be surprised. I have to say, Tacocake actually not being super flexible in these games. He's relying on being pretty aggressive, bringing in those air attacks, whether it's the drop or the NAFs or the Skiff-Recors. If Beaver can figure it out and defend everything, I'm not sure what play Taco has from there.
The problem is I don't know if he can defend it, right? Because we're waiting on... We have double Trojan being produced. He has a second Starcraft somewhere, I guess. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, the drop could be huge, because there hasn't been much defense at home either. That's a lot of Zerg out on the map, though.
Yeah.
Does he have the defenses he needs?
I think the answer is not yes. That's what I think. I mean, with these stockades coming very late, he doesn't have a great critical force back here.
Well, there's a lot of Zephs in there, so it's not as bad as it looks, but a few Bactylis. Oh, no.
Well, instantaneous Anseal death. That's going to make this hold even harder. That is like a super terrifying situation to be in, and he's going to pre-stem, but I don't think it's going to be exactly enough. Trojan out here, but nothing in its cargo hold. Honestly, this might have just been the anti-timing. Yeah.
Well, I wish you wouldn't say that it's an anti-timing, because that just means it's timing for the other player.
Oh, yes, sure.
But yeah, he just kills him. He's dead, man.
Yeah, it's... well, welcome Tacocake to Battlements.
That's right. Well, congratulations.
I like because I'm gonna pull clips from like each player's qualification series as like for the background, and I'm gonna have like commentary, one of us saying something hype, right? And then I just like the idea that I'm looking at Beaver's empty production and welcome Tacocake to Battle.
Put the last game of Beaver winning because it was such a great game.
I know.
That one.
Well,
Cyclops comes out, but that's not going to help you here, nor ever, because it's a terrible unit.
It's a perfect S-tier unit, obviously.
The holdout.
2 Mavericks on the Anseal. He wants to keep his chances alive, but there's more Zeths flooding in.
Back to back.
They died. The Cyclops is alive, though. That's how good it is. Look away.
Look how much it did.
Overrun. Infested. Not quite, but pretty close. Crawling with Zerg here.
He's even setting up for tier 2 while this goes on, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, there was even a 3rd treasury. Yeah, that's ambitious.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it, but I felt like he needed to spend... When he had like 600 minerals, I was a little bit worried about him. And the scouting didn't come in... I mean, the scouting saw all those Hydras, but didn't take those military threats seriously, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the problem is with Bio, it has to be out on the map jockeying for good positions, because if it's stuck in your natural, Bactylis will crush you like that. And just because he banked so much earlier, like you say, and wasn't able to get the units out, his army was just too small, that's all there is to it. Where's he going?
Oh, he's doing the VM move.
Oh my god.
He's not.
How far is he going to get, man? The Hydras are in position. He's not even focusing it, though. Where's he going?
Oh, he could self-destruct and kill a couple Zeths, but it's too late now.
Yeah, you can put this part on the hype video, just like the floating building down. GG.
All right, he does concede in the end, and a little bit of something, a little bit of like, whatever. He says it and doesn't leave. Surely.
Out, man. If you're gonna say GG, there you go. Okay, no, I can't complain, man. He's just Sending him his good wishes. Yeah, good luck in groups, Tacocake. You're going to need it. It's tough out there.
Oh, boy. Tacocake qualifying to battlements. That's the part that I can clip out and put in. Yeah, easy.
Nice. I wouldn't have expected it from, from looking at Gauntlet B. There were some very tough players in there, but Tacocake's really proven himself recently. Getting out there and playing against all the top-level players and playing really strongly, as we saw here.
That's right. Well, that pretty much does it. We do have a little bit of announcements and stuff to make for Tacocake specifically, let him know that he's in there and stuff. So we'll probably conclude the video thoroughly right there. But thank you, Neblime, for joining me. And that's one more Zerg we have in Battlements.
Nice.